Well, today is it's June the 30th. It's about 9:20 here locally. And I just trying to unwind. I went on a journey today to try to get my driver's license renewed, and like everything in my life, nothing is easy. And I had a copy of my birth certificate, but it wasn't the one with the seal, raised seal on it. So said I gotta come back, and my buddy took me over there, and it was one far, far away that he said would be, easy to get out in and out of, and it was. But I mean, it was like 60 miles away. We drove to that thing, and I got out of the car, and we went into a Buc-ee's and had to go into the driver's license place, and then went to his house and walked around there, and all that sitting and driving and bouncing around irritated my neck and my back so bad I can't hardly stand it. I mean, I know you can't see it here, but my muscles just quivering down here in my shoulder and my thigh. My tendons are so tight in my left leg, it's pulling my Achilles tendon. It's getting swollen and real sore from walking around. And then I'll walk on my cane with this hand. It's got carpal tunnel syndrome in it. That's the only hand I can use, and that's making my wrist hurt real bad. I can't hardly type, and I want to apologize for the rough, unedited post that I posted, because I know if you come and hear from that, it's horrible. But I wanted to get it out, but I couldn't bear to go back through and edit, because I had to lean over and use this mouse and click, and my right two fingers here going numb. See, I'm drooling right now. I've got this muscle nerve problems that's causing me all kind of weakness in my body. I don't get any pain medicine from the VA. They won't give it to me, so I just suffer like this every day, every night. I didn't even sleep last night. It's been my home health care lady got here about 8:30 yesterday, and woke me up, and I've been up ever since then. So it's 37 hours, I guess, I've been up, and now my brain is just so tired. I got a headache out here. I can't hardly think. But I posted that stuff because that article was new about the VA, and I tried to take advantage of that. That stuff in the Chronicle came out, but that Chronicle guy, they came and took pictures, and never heard back from him. I called him one day, told him I was feeling real bad, and I'd gone down to the beach and just kind of wanted to go out there in the water and go away, but I struggle, with going to hell. And I got a cat here that I don't want to abandon, and she's a lifesaver for me. But I tried. I was out there in the water about chest deep. Like, I went out to the third sandbar, and just waded out there in the water, and surf was hitting me in the water about 78 degrees. It was real cold out there. After a while, I've been out there about 3 hours, and I'd asked somebody to come get my cats and take my cats. And right as I was leaving my car to walk out into the water, I talked to my uncle and asked him, please get my cats and take them somewhere where they can. There's a farm down there. Just turn them loose on that farm. And so he called my mother, and my mother called my brother, and he called my aunt, and they just blew my phone up. But by the time I got to the second sandbar, a wave hit me, and my phone was in this little pocket jacket, so the phone got ruined and stopped working. And I didn't have any intent to come back in any way. I thought I was going out there for good, and I just couldn't muster the courage to do it. Very traumatic thing to have to contemplate, Needless to say, I was able to get some relief through some help, and managed to get through that episode. And talked to, them people up there at the VA. They're supposed to be making arrangements for me to talk to a psychologist down there, whatever, sit down and talk to somebody. And that was through the VA. That was through the National Suicide Crisis Hotline, and they referred me back to the hospital there. Michael E. DeBakey VA Medical Center, and some lady down there called me back. And I done talked to her 3 or 4 times. It wasn't the first time I've had an incident like that. Back in February, OD'd on a bunch of medicine. They document there in the ER didn't work. Can't believe it didn't work. They couldn't believe it didn't work. But needless to say, again, even at that experience, was very bad. I went down there, to talk to my doctor to give me that medicine. And they ended up, doing some other stuff. I don't want to talk about it right now because I'm going to file a lawsuit on them for that. But that was back in February, and I didn't want to go back to those people. A long time I didn't want to go to the VA at all because of what they did to me down there. And I went and got a Harris County gold card for people that don't have medical insurance, and seeing people at the county hospital down there was, I was able to get some pain medication, and then I still get some other medicine from the VA. It says gabapentin, and I don't know, the gabapentin, it helps my feet. My feet burn real bad, and burning sensation you get coming on my face real bad, and that does seem to help with that, and at least keeping me let my feet start burning. I can't get relief from that. I can't sleep. I can't do nothing. I can't manage that burning feet, but I can soak in hot water and do things to mitigate my back. But it's hard right now because I just moved into this place. It took me almost 3 months to transition from my last apartment to this apartment because of the VA casework and the housing specialist. It's just a joke. The ACT team, they call it the ACT. You act like they're doing something, but and all that. The caseworker has left after a year, and they was supposed to hand me off to the new person, and she didn't do that. She's supposed to be coming over there with a mental health person, and I've only seen her once, and that was like 4 or 5 months ago. She came over to that last apartment, and was supposed to be doing this and doing that, and never heard back from her. And I made it, to June, and had another episode that was kind of brought on by the VA's inability to provide us with the services that they're supposed to provide us with. They got a VA choice card, which as a matter of fact was the same thing in February. I tried to use that VA choice card and couldn't use it then. I just kind of gave up on it then, and I think I talked to that lady Laura Kraft then. She called back and just left a message on my phone. I was never able to get a hold of her, but I guess they call you one time, and if they don't get a hold of you, then that's it. They're not going to try again. They did what they're dictated to do. You got to call them back within 24 hours. They answer the phone. Screw them. Who cares? Well, who cares? Can't get nobody back on the phone. I called her back and left a message for her. She never called me back. I spiraled downward. I was working with a caseworker. He was oblivious. He wasn't seeing any of the signs. He was noting stuff that he had no business noting, paying attention to stuff he had no business paying attention to. These bad bottles, around my bed. Back then I couldn't hardly even get up at all. I had to pee in a bottle. I keep them bottles, would get, several of them would get piled around me there, and he notes that on there. Some bought about a bottle of liquor. I don't drink. I had a bottle of liquor. I tried to put coins in, but no, I don't drink. But nothing about my living situation, the condition that I was in, my need for help. They just ignore all that, and then it ended up in a bad situation, and I was trying to move out of that place, and my stuff was in boxes for 2 or 3 months. They were moving me into this place. Oh, we got a place over here. Take you right away. It was this ghetto over there. But I don't know, when we go over there in the daytime, it doesn't look that bad. The front office look nice. And when I get over there, they give me the keys, a whole different property on the other side of the whole thing, all by itself. It's horrible over there. Gunshots, gunfire, gunfights in the parking lot. They almost beat a veteran to death the day before I moved out. I just happened to be out there on the thing smoking a cigarette. I try to go outside and once a day or whatever and look at the sun going down. And these guys went over there and started beating and attacking this guy, and I was able to go over there and break it up. I didn't know the guy. I didn't know he was a veteran. There's a video on here about the veteran being attacked. That's it. I brought him into my apartment, and called the police and EMS, and got the guy taken care of. And the next day, I'd moved out of there, and my social worker was telling me to take my cats, put them in a cat carrier, and live in a tent. I have that on the YouTube video also. And I told him I could stay there. I had to get out of there. Well, move your tent. You got a cat carrier. You can put your cats in cat carrier and live out there in the woods for a little while. So, I ended up as a last resort. I went to my mom's, and that was just really not a good situation then down there either. But it wasn't in the woods, and I had at least a place to keep my cat, and safety and to some degree. But I stayed there and continued to struggle, with the hopelessness and frustration of dealing with the VA and being neglected and just, basically, just, they don't care. They don't care. No matter what happens, they don't care. Whatever you say, they don't care. Call somebody. Go somewhere else. For some of the things that I've heard. Hang up on you. You can't get through to nobody. No answering machines. The phones just roll directly to a dead phone. Texas Veterans Commission the same way. I try to call down there. I'll make a video think of that tomorrow. I'm going to call down there. You push a thing to talk to an operator. It just hangs up. No message, no nothing. Just hangs up on you. They've been horrible. And believe me, I was patient. I've worked with these people. I've never been problematic. They kind of just push you till you just get so mad and you're frustrated. Now I get ugly and short with them, but I'm beaten down, man. I'm a shell of a man. They've taken my soul from me. I'm just laying here, and I'm in this apartment. I'm in here. Hadn't seen my caseworker since I got here. The guy called me today, the first time I talked to him since I've been moving over here. No furniture. I'm sleeping on the floor. There's a pillow right here. I'm on the floor. I got this amplifier here beside me, and I like to go lean against the wall here. And I got a guitar with the broken strings. I got a 5-string guitar. This laptop is my buddy, only person I talk to, other than my mom and the VA, is kind enough to provide me with this laptop and a telephone that I gotta at least something in here, or I'd just be sitting in here alone with nothing. And that this is the caseworker down at the VA of the ACT team, urgency and special need people that are fringe of needing, problems, bad problems, and they call supervisor. Nobody answers. I've asked to talk to the supervisor, won't call me back. I got email of that request, to talk to a supervisor or the director of the program. Never heard back from them, but. And I finally got into this place, and it's been, a great relief to me, but I still struggle with the ins and outs of daily life, and things that aggravate my pain and make it worse, or even laying on the floor, it's ups and downs, but I just wanted to make this quick video of them, put them stuff on YouTube, and on the internet, and I wanted to reference this site, and if you're here, thank you. God bless you if you would appreciate that, and I'll try to update this more, but there's a lot of videos on here. There's a lot I haven't put on there because they contain personal information I need to edit out, and that's a hard process because I can't sit up and do all that without my neck and my back, my shoulder hurt real bad. But if you're here, thank you. Please come back. This is non-monetizing. I'm not making no money off this. No, I'm not advertising, commercial, none of that. It's all straight up thing. I am, working on some other deal, but I want to kind of keep that separate. I don't want this to be convoluted or be taken as some kind of begging for money or nothing. I'm just trying to raise awareness of the VA down there, and things are a mess down there, and I don't seem to be getting any help from anybody. Not Congress, not the senator, not Ted Cruz office didn't really help me. John Culbertson's office didn't really help me, and VAOIG kind of turned me away, and Veterans Crisis Hotline is a joke. You know, the third time I called down there, they sent me back to the same lady. I'm like, you just gonna send me back to her? She ain't doing nothing. It took 3 months to get an appointment to see the doctor. I went down there to see the mental health doctor, and she was a no-call, no-show. Had me drive all the way down there for nothing. So I told him I want to be put in the Veterans Choice Program and reschedule that appointment. We can't do that. You can't get it. I said, well, who do I need to go talk to about this eligibility? Where's the office? Oh, there's no office. It's just a system. It's broken. It's broken. They don't care. All they care about is their budget down there. They don't care about veterans. They're all not veterans. Most of them are not veterans. And the veterans that they do have down there suck. The homeless ACT team housing specialist that they have there, that they finally assigned me 2 weeks after I was homeless, took me to a place that was worse than where I had been coming out of, and took me to places that were completely a 500 square foot apartment wouldn't my hospital bed and my scooter, my motorized scooter wouldn't fit in the living room there. I couldn't get my scooter in there because my hospital bed's in the living room. It's 500, it's a little bitty. You know, the guy paying no attention to what he's doing. They're just trying to place you anywhere they can so they can say that they did what they're supposed to do, but he's not doing no legwork. He's not going out and looking at these places. And had 2 other names on this list, and I knew about both those. I said, man, that's another horrible place. That place has been horrible for 20 years, and he drives over aimlessly through this area and gets lost. And I'm like, you don't even know where you're at, and this is your area specialty. You don't know nothing about these properties where you're taking me to. I'm trying to get out of the city, somewhere on the outskirts of the city there where it's not so congested, and he takes me to a place that's right by the airport. The streets are all torn up, and it's just unbelievable. No, if they just want to stick you in any hole they can, and they can say that they did their job, and they can get their budget money from the government. It's horrible. And I'm doing all I can to make it through this. And you know, every experience that I go through down there, it just makes it worse and worse and worse. It's almost like they're pushing you and trying to push you to make you break. They want you to go away, to get frustrated, go somewhere else, or just give up, stop coming, go somewhere else, or die. You know, either natural causes or through your own hand. They don't care. And they put a little badge on their shirt that says, I care. I say, I care. What are you caring about? You don't care about us. And I served this country. I served it with honor, decorated for meritorious service in Germany, and I didn't really go into that because it's a sore subject for me. But you know, I was involved with some stuff. It was very sensitive. It was very tragic. But we did a thing there, and the thing says reflects honor on himself and the United States Air Force. And I do these things with the best of my ability. And did them right, and did them good and efficient, and worked hard, and it hurt me doing it, and it took a while to catch up to me, and it's caught up to me, and they could care less down there. They don't care, and you talk to them and tell them, you know, you feel like you've earned this, and they'll roll your eyes at you like, oh, it's another one down here saying he's earned this right through his service and blah blah blah. They don't even want to hear it, you know. They don't have time for it. There's an article in the paper about the VA down there manipulating schedules. I handed it to the primary care doctor. She said, I don't have time to read that. I said, it's like 12 paragraphs. It's a paragraph right here in this section 817 in the Chrome. You can't read that. I'll leave it there with you to read it, so you have a perspective on what some of us veterans. I'm not the only one, but that's what they make you feel like down there. So, you know, I'm just making these videos, and maybe eventually, some way, somehow, somebody that can help us is going to help us. But, you know, I sent things to everybody I can think of. You know, Donald Trump, apply. I went over here, volunteered to make phone calls. This thing, as long as I could sit up there one time, I could do it no more than once. But I did it. Uh, and that was several months back when this was first started rolling. I don't know if I feel so. Not that there's any other choice to make, but I'm trying to refrain from my political disposition now. And I've reached out to everybody I can think of, and really have got almost little to no response. The Chronicle guy, kicked me to the curb, and then wouldn't return my calls or respond to my emails, and then this story breaks in the paper, and he's calling me the next day. So you read the paper, have you experienced any of this? And I tell him some of it, and there's just so much to tell. I don't know if they think you're lying or making it up, or if you're just a problem child or whatever, but I mean, it's none of that. I was very respectful and patient with those people, and the process they get so long and drawn out that you just wear you down, you're broken now. And they talking about acupuncture, meditation, and it's crazy. Dr. No, I call him. He's Dr. No. I don't want to call him a doctor anymore. I call him by their first name. I don't consider him a doctor. But I don't do that. I'm saying I'm respectful to him. I treat him with respect. And all I get is kicked to the curb and treated like a stray dog down there. And I don't know. I'm tired and I'm rambling, and I'm going to cut this off. But thank you for watching.